Boy, young ho, we turn the motherfucking noise up. We can get right into the proceedings this evening.
Hey now.
Yeah, I know, for real. What's going on?
We don't want to see your junk,
I know,
nigga.
for real. What is this? Bruh, you recording?
Yo, is you shaking your butt?
I know,
What is you doing right
Bruh,
now?
we're recording right now.
We ain't got time for
this. We are
this.
recording.
Oh, son.
This how we gonna start up the podcast?
What is you doing?
This how we gonna start the podcast, bro? Like, for real.
Let me talk to y'all for a minute.
Yo, you already did from your butt. What's going on?
Yeah, Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Ace Ventura. Like, yeah.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Do you have a mitt? What's going on, y'all? This is
perhaps some Banaka.
What's going on, everybody? This is the first ever. Well, we're gonna redo it again. Damn it! 3 times the charm. Everything's blurred. Oh, fourth, whatever. Umpteenth time. Everything's blurred. This is it.
We done came to the part about 50 times.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
With your pen.
But welcome everybody. This is Everything's Blurred. Let me introduce myself. My name is Brion. Y'all go ahead with the introductions.
With the fresh cut.
Yeah.
Don't sell it short, son. Fresh cut, fresh shave.
Yeah, looking. It looks like I'm about to be 38. I'm 39, but it's okay.
It's your man Tommy. Carbs rule everything around me while on COVID. You know what I'm saying? Wow. The new tea. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Peace. I'm the one that has talked to numerous scientists about putting vibranium on the periodic table of elements. I am the Mr. Dot SHAUN, Mr. Sean.
No.
So yeah, man. So let me explain to people what we're about. Pretty much we're blerds. Everything's blurred. We love everything from pop culture, from music, sports, movies, TV. We're gonna talk about some politics now and then. Well, we try not to, but we can't help it from what's been going on. So it's like most of the time we try to keep it in the pop culture realm. And, you know, just talk about all the things that interest us. So who wants to start? Like, what makes you a blerd?
What makes you a blerd?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want me to go first? I was going to be nice to do y'all first. Like, yeah, y'all.
You're the oldest.
Oh, thank you. So pretty much I'm a blerd when it comes to movies, music, TV, basketball, a few more sports too, from football and a little baseball now and then, and also the Olympics like track and field and things of that nature. Comic books I used to read when I was a kid, from Batman to the Superman comics. I ain't gonna lie, I was an Archie comic kid when I was a kid. As far as the anime concerned, Mr. Sean is more into it than I am, but I was more old school with Speed Racer, the Voltron. My favorite is Cowboy Bebop. So I am trying to learn more of the new, but Mr. Sean, he has more knowledge and knows more than I do. So I'm just trying best I can, and I am a fan of it, and I do respect the culture as well. So I'm just, also too the arts, just pretty much the writing, literature, things of that nature, and that's what makes me a blerd. Next.
I'll go next. Mr. Sean. So Uh, I'm piggybacking off of Breon because Breon is my cousin, and a lot of stuff that I've learned about pop culture came from him. So I'm also big into like TV shows, movies, music. All three of us are big hip hop heads. We all put each other on and other people on to different artists. Um, even going down to the samples. You know what I'm saying? But I do listen to all kinds of music, ranging from bossa nova all the way to like EDM, some old school jazz, rock. Like I said, rap. Um, just a little bit of pop, just a little bit, not a whole lot. I do read comics. Um, right now, I'm reading like the dark metal DC joints, like the Batman Who Laughs. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
In September, got my eyes on trying to get the TMNT The Last Ronin, which looks pretty. It looks pretty ill. Bit of a wrestling fan. Been in and out of it, And one day I'll try to watch more NXT and AEW. Big basketball fan. Lakers is my team on the West. The Heat is my team on the East. Been fans of both since the 90s. Like Breon said, big anime fan. Going from the old school of Voltron, Speed Racer, going into, of course, your Dragon Ball Z, going to your new stuff like, Dragon Ball Super. I'm in the middle of watching BNA right now. I'm binging One Piece. Another old school one I'm watching is called Gatchaman, aka G-Force. Another blast from the past I've been watching is I watched Ninja Scroll for the first time in a few years. I haven't watched it in years. Of course, the Street Fighter anime movie. If anybody's watched anime back then, you know what it is with that. Akira, of course. Vampire Hunter D. What's some of there's so many new ones I've been watching. Beastar, the newest Ultraman joint. Demon Slayer, the Shield Hero joint. Of course, My Hero Academia. Love that show. And I can go on about it. Been meaning to read some mangas as well. And one thing that separates me from my two co-hosts is that I'm a Funko Pop collector. Little bothered because couldn't get the San Diego Pops that that came out. I didn't get too many that I really wanted. I didn't get all that I wanted, but I got a couple, excuse me, like 3. But I managed to get some early today. I got to do an official count, but I'm probably at 500, maybe 600. I don't know, but but I got a lot. And I love collecting them. I love the artwork on some of the detail. Yeah, it's just a dope thing to do. So I think that's about it. I think that's what, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what makes me a blerd, man, and I'm comfortable in my own skin with it. You know what I mean? Word.
All right. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make sure. All right. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, y'all couldn't hear me just now, could you?
No. Yeah.
No, because I think you was on mute for a little bit.
Yeah, I was testing because I'm using the mic, the Yeti mic,
Yeah, me too.
mute on there just to see if that works. In addition to the mute actually within the Zoom app.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out too. So I was like, yeah, I was trying to make sure.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So you see, man, Tommy. No, that's not my government name.
You sure?
Mind your business on what my government name is. What makes me a blerd is that
It's Lincoln Build.
I know.
I'm black, y'all. Yeah. I'm black, so you know that's check mark number one for the criteria. And as far as other things, hip hop, sports, movies, TV, watching a whole hell of a lot of TV over the COVID crisis, coronavirus umbrella that has blanketed the United States. And you know, just a bunch of random shit that niggas that read and think get into. So whether it's anime, whether it's you know Mr. Sean T and the analogies and the comparisons people can draw between like comic book characters and superhero themed things versus with actual real stuff going on in the world of significance, whether it be present, past or present. And yeah, man, I just do me.
I'm gonna do me.
I'll do you. I'm gonna do me. And simple and plain. You know what I mean? Nothing too extravagant. I keep it low key, but I might pull up and get fly every so often just to let things know. But
you got to do that sometimes, man. You got to do that sometimes. You just gotta, you know.
Come up real quick, let them know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you had your shine. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the house. I'm chilling. Once I step out this bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, we can't even say that with you though, because you know you be man. I just copped to such and such.
You know,
I ain't even really want to do it, but
right. I had to.
You know, I just
you know.
I had, and they had the sale going on.
And then you'd be on IG like this. My collection.
Those 75.
I'm saying.
You
know,
I got it nicely.
I mean, you know.
Actually, you know what? I'm surprised that it don't look like a DTLR in the background. Right?
Yeah.
The hats, the keys, the finish.
I mean, don't get it twisted. Like I just if I woke up earlier from my nap, I would have set up shop. I thought about having some pops in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is lit,
I see the pull-up bar. I think the pull-up bar just kind of peeking out just a little bit. Just let y'all know.
You know, during COVID, sometimes you gotta, you know.
All you do is push up, pull up, sit up. You know what I mean? It's like jail. Got that 8x12, you know what I mean? 8x12.
It's like, what's that movie? Is it Cape Fear?
Yeah.
Robert De Niro's working out.
With the tattoos in his back.
And I never knew about that movie until
The
Simpsons.
Yeah,
The Simpsons.
And then I had, then I was like, what is it? And then I found out, oh, okay, they pulling from this.
I didn't see the film, but like I remember when it came out, the trailer and all the previews and all that, and I remember like from the previews, like it was like the Simpsons like captured pretty much almost every scene that was in the trailer. from the pull up from him coming out the jail, from laughing at the movie theaters with the family. So it was like, yeah. But I ain't see the movie at all. That's what's crazy about it.
Me neither.
Actually, no, I'm lying.
Yeah.
I did saw it when I was a kid once. I don't hardly remember. I only saw that one time. But yeah. But it was definitely crazy though, because he was talking the hell out of that family, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Well, because he was for revenge for for his time.
Right. So do you think Omar Epps took tips from him in Fatal Affair?
Stop. Stop.
Can y'all
I didn't see the film. I'm just hearing so much on Facebook.
I haven't watched it all the way.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it all the way. I think I'm gonna finish it tonight. But like the whole time, I'm watching it, and I'm just like, I mean, I think Omar is doing a good job with his acting. I think Nia, but it's like the whole situation is just so predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like set up in the sense of, okay, where y'all going with this? What's next? Some of it is phony, and then it's just one particular person in the movie that is legit. He's a trash actor in it. I don't know what he's done before, but in this, dude is garbage. But I've heard other people talk about it in other podcasts talk about it, and it's like I gotta skip through it. So when I finish watching it, I wanna go back to these different podcasts that I watch and listen to and see what they say, because I know they were trying to clown it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those joints where it's like, it seems like it's one of those joints where it's so bad you have to watch it to see how bad it is.
So is it one of those genres where it is like a revenge, fatal attraction?
It's like a stalker thing, pretty much. It's a stalker in love with you.
Mr. What was the one with Michael
The
Ealy?
Perfect Man? Was it The Perfect Man?
The Perfect Man, yeah. That's
yeah.
So it's like one of those. Do you think? Because I was listening to something and it was like, maybe they knew it was just gonna be so whack that people was gonna watch it just to laugh at how bad it was. So like they played that up during the process versus really trying to be like,
yo, that could be a thing. I mean, look at what's the show? Mystery Science Theater 3000. They will watch these awful B-rated sci-fi films and just talk smack the whole film. And I kind of found myself doing that with Fatal Affair, but my lady was like, I'm trying to get into it. I'm like, but it's trash.
So you didn't get through the whole thing, right? You said
no. We got about 40 minutes left to watch of it.
Okay. Was she into it, or was she like, all right, man, I tried.
So what we do is whenever we see a movie that we're kind of not sure of, we give it like a 15 to 20 minute grace period, if you will. And we're like, all right, let's see what it is. And I think we was watching it, and I think at one time we paused and saw how deep we were into it, and was like, oh, all right. But I think we were still interested in the sense of, okay, let's see how far this thing goes. Like let's see how much of Omar's BS that Nia can put up with. Because I feel like certain things could have got shut down earlier than what it did. But, it's different in movie land than in real life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like how the country responds to a global pandemic versus how we really are in real life. Because I was just mentioning.
Listen, man.
On like movies like Outbreak or even I Am Legend before everything spread and everybody to turn this. You see it, people the full hazmat suits, all of this, boom, boom, boom. We are it's now basically the end of July. Everything got really real in March. it's still people out right now that's kind of just wearing like a gown that don't close in the back, some gloves, a mask or face covering of some sort, and they out there swabbing people at the test sites. You know what I'm saying? Like no hazmat suit, none of that.
Yeah.
I blame Obama.
All right, this has been our time.
Yeah, for real. Peace out. Appreciate it. It's been good. We don't know him.
You know I'm not serious when I say that.
I know. Because if you was, look at all the cones. Just look at this cone. Look at school. Just look at this cone. Like, come on.
Actually, side note real fast. Back when Obama was running against John McCain, and I was, of course, I'm voting for Obama. But I was just like, let me just mess with people, see how they feel, I'm like, hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all ready for this election coming up, right? Yeah, you ready? No doubt. And I'll be like, yeah, I got to hold my man John McCain down. The looks on people's faces, like, sometimes I had to be like, all right, chill. I'm fucking with y'all. Because people was really, really mad, feeling some kind of way.
It's just amazing now how things are. That was like 8 years. Eight, 9. Yeah. So it's like almost 10 years ago. So it's like, then it's like from Obama getting 2 terms, and then, we got
2 times.
a new president. That, and then also too with the whole John McCain passing.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, so it's like, it's crazy how, like, I don't know, there's just so much been happening to the past 10 years.
Rest in peace to John Lewis passing.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
His
peace.
funeral was earlier today, right?
Very nice gesture they did. Respectful, by the way, by,
across the bridge.
Yeah, across the bridge. They should rename that joint.
They're saying they're going to rename it's a campaign.
Yeah, it's a campaign. So
dope,
I'm all for it. So it's like, we should do that.
Dope, man, dope. Now back to what you were saying, Tommy. It's like this, like, you talking what? Late December, the White House knew about COVID and was just like,
it'll be like the flu.
I ain't got time for it. And then fast forward to about what, February, March? It got crazy.
New York got crazy.
New York got crazy.
California
Florida got crazy. California got crazy.
Seattle.
Washington
Seattle.
State. Yeah.
Seattle.
And it got crazy. The government and Google had to remind us how to wash our hands.
Hot soapy water.
What they say, sing the happy birthday song.
Yes.
3 times.
Happy birthday song, ABCs. They want, like, for real.
I'm mad I didn't have no stock.
Try to make sure you get those 20 seconds. Yeah, for real. And they'd be like, Freddie, like, some people was like, yeah, well, I ain't still washing my hands. Like,
who said this?
It's just how, at first, before the whole I ain't wearing no mask, people were like, well, I'm good with that. Wash my hands, don't need that much hand sanitizing. And some people are like,
pretty much they on some the Butler off Scary Movie too. My germs.
Germs, yeah. My germs. You ain't touch my food.
like, come on, man. The social
common sense. It's pretty much common sense, man. And it's like, it'd be stuff like people like, it was also some folks like, I don't know how to wash my hands. Like, really? Like, what is something for? Like, yeah, same thing. Like, if you don't know how to wear a mask, like, like.
Now, the true story today was out today. Went to Bath and Body Works. I'm sorry, Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm sorry, right? And can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if y'all.
We just laughing at your correction.
Bath and Body Works, nigga.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, it was Bed Bath and
Well,
Beyond.
walk around smelling like lavender and raspberry, nigga. That's what you.
But y'all don't sleep. Y'all sleeping on Bath and Body Works. They got some amends.
There's some midsection and all the way in the back.
That's not true. You gotta hunt for it. No doubt. It's not. It's definitely not on Front Street. It's like they definitely not trying to get men. Come on in. We have no.
Where the custodian is at, like,
As soon as you come in, they start spraying something. Hey, spray this. Like, oh.
But so he was at Bed Bath and Beyond today, and we got out there probably about 10 minutes before the store opened. And so we walk up to the door, but we didn't realize they didn't open yet. So we just, all right, we'll just stand outside in the shade. It's still warm, but we shade out there, whatever. And these two older white ladies come up too. And one woman was like, yeah, I have asthma and emphysema, and it's tough for me to wear this mask because, it's hard to breathe. But I really think all of this is political. And
I'm tired of hearing that.
All of that mess, right? Yo, this woman straight passed out outside. And it was like she didn't lose consciousness for long. It was long enough for her to kind of like fall back and lean against the wall and slide down. And she was just down. And I was just like, is she all right? And I was like, yeah, okay. And she really had passed out. And she was probably passed out for about 10 seconds or so. Somebody from inside the store, the other lady got their attention. They brought some water out for her, whatnot. And she was okay, but she had called her husband and one of her friends to come so that she didn't have to drive home. But I'm just like, fam, your ass don't even need to be out and about in these streets regardless if you're doing this.
Nope.
Like, you got these. She said she has asthma and emphysema. She said she had passed out 3 times. I don't know. Like, I guess since all of this stuff has started and they wanted people to wear masks because it impacts her, her oxygen that she can get. And I'm just like, nah, you don't need to be out, man. You don't need to be out. And this ain't political. This is trying to save lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Drink your water. Feel better.
Yes. As far as, because I have asthma. And I remember talking to my doctor, they were saying, don't go outside when it's like hot out, like past 90 degrees. You know what I'm saying? So for the
humidity out here too,
Yeah. So I mean, I was out earlier today, but I was at Towson Mall. You feel me? So they got like the garage where you park at. So it's like I'm good. I think I stepped out a couple times to go in the store and back out, but I wasn't like outside like that. But for the most part, when the weather's like this, I'm mainly in the house until maybe it's like at night and the weather, the temperature goes down a bit. Then I step out. You know what I mean? Same thing when it's cold out. I'm not a big fan of the winter anyway, but when it's excuse me, when it's cold out, they mentioned to me also like be cautious when it's cold out. Wear like a face covering. Stuff like that. So I kind of been doing this, the face covering, but in a different season. And so it's like, it's a thing of, with the whole wearing a mask, putting on hand sanitizer and things of that nature, it's helping you, and you also have to do it for other people around you. Kind of like when you're driving, they tell you like when you drive, you know, be cautious of when you're on the road and stay focused, and also look out for other people. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you signal all that. You know, so there won't be no misunderstandings in no situations, no tragic situations. You know what I mean? Because if you're around people and your face isn't covered, your hands is not washed or sanitized, and you coughing and sneezing and doing whatever around other people, they're going to be looking like what the. And certain people don't even show symptoms, but next thing you know, they've been around some people, and that person that they've been around, they're showing symptoms, and they don't know how they got it because the person they was with was fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But once they got tested, it's like, oh, they came back. They tested and they tested positive. So it's like, man, just people just need to chill. Um, Especially when it comes to the young people. We saw how how the young cats was acting spring break, late March down in Florida, acting a fool. Then when Florida opened back up, you know what I'm saying? Here, Fells Point, acting a fool. They
Ocean
all out
City.
at the bars. Ocean City. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. So Cali, like we said, it's like, come on, man. Like
Then you heard about the I forgot what state. I think it was Florida or California, where they had these young folks had these parties. They were trying to see who dies first or something like that. You heard about that? I'm dead serious. Like they had these parties where they was like who check to see who will get the COVID-19, and
what is it,
then
the
like
COVID challenge? What the fuck?
yeah, and that thing there's some like that too, and it's like crazy, and it's like y'all,
Bro,
what's going on?
that's worse than what they was doing over in the UK, doing the knee on the neck challenge when they found out about George Floyd. Like, come on, yo. Think, man.
Ah,
You wanna eat a spoonful of cinnamon? Fine. Your dumb behind wanna eat some Tide Pods? Oh,
what you
with
say,
knees on the
Tommy?
necks. I can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Oh, I was saying the Tide Pods too.
Oh, that's all.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
you want to eat some Tide Pods? Be my
Yeah,
guest.
you want to eat some Tide Pods? Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But the knee on the neck stuff and trying to see who gets COVID first.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad because like they are not only they got infected, but also too they spread it to whoever they live with, like their parents or their grandparents. So I heard a couple news articles where it was like one kid he went to one of the parties, he was asymptomatic, but it got to his grandfather and he died. And then I heard a lot of those that did attend the party and they died. So it's like, what y'all getting?
Did you hear about anybody? People was like, they attended the party because they thought like this whole thing is a hoax, and then they get COVID-19, and then they be in the hospital all, oh God, I should have took it more serious.
Mm-mm.
Man,
I don't know.
it's like, come on, y'all.
This whole thing, and also too making it a political. It's nothing political. It's public health, man. Pretty much, it's a public health crisis.
It is a public health crisis, but I believe that that Trump has politicized it.
Yeah, that I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but they trying to like I ain't wearing a mask because it's political. I'm not gonna listen to this because it's so political.
This is infringing on our freedoms.
And then it's just a thing of 45. At first, he was like, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not doing it. I feel great. Everything's great. Feel love. I'm fine. I'm the chosen one. I have to wear a mask for no one. You have to do it in front of me. Okay? The news is lying. I'm fine. And then 2 weeks later, he's wearing a mask. After he says that.
Yeah, then he thinks. Then he says that
Drink
he's
bleach.
like he's encouraging folks.
Go ahead, drink your bleach. Go ahead. It's fine. It's great.
Inject the bleach.
Sometimes I have it with a drink. Bleach and rum. It's great. Try it.
It's like a cleanser.
I've had Lifesaw with my lemonade. It's good. You know, it's good. So good. I love it. Sweet. Straight.
Gucci. Anyway, can we like?
So it's like, you know, and then later on he was like, I was being sarcastic. Don't do these things. You wasn't. You was dead ass.
Right.
Like, nah, bruh. Like, and another reason why I feel this is also political is, well, 45 is making it political, is, you know, we know what happens in the fall. If we don't know what happens in the fall, damn sure Russia knows what happens in the fall. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's an election year. You know what I mean? So, at first, I think before this whole thing, I was like, I think he might be doing another term. But now I don't think so. I hope I'm proven. I hope I'm right.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I'm wrong, then I'll it's gonna be mad.
As of now, I think that if the election happened today, I think Joe Biden would win. But the election is happening in November. And I agree. I still think Trump has a shot to win.
You still think so? Okay.
I definitely think he has a shot to win. And it's not even a long shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nah, I really legit think he could win it again. And just seeing how people have responded to this whole coronavirus situation, like depending on what part of the country you're in, I think the governors are you know, kind of trying to roll with what Trump wants. Like, you got the governor of Georgia suing the mayor of Atlanta for having the mandate for people to be wearing face coverings outside.
Prayers to her for testing positive, by the way.
Her and her kids, her husband, but everybody seems good.
She good. She was on Jimmy Fallon a couple of days ago. She good now.
You know what though? I also want to say it seems like it's basically a lot of white men being pit against black women right now, like elected officials, black women, whether it be Trump against Muriel Bowser, the mayor of DC, and she went hard with effort. Black Lives Matter Plaza right out your front window, fam.
Yeah.
You got the governor of Georgia against Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta. You got Trump against the mayor of Chicago. You know, Lori Lightfoot, openly gay sister. You know, and I know.
Give that look.
Yeah. She looked like she don't mess around. You know what I mean? Now, and I know she'll be politically savvy and media savvy when it comes to doing interviews and things on TV. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some of these people, they really want it with Trump. Like, they're like, no. Because you know how you piss off a sister. It's like, oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. I'm gonna fix this. You know what I mean? Once they get that, whatever it is on their mind or that mission, you know, it's like, stand back.
So I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not privy to the situation that y'all talking about with the mayor of Chicago and 45. Can y'all elaborate more on that, please?
Basically, he's saying that, and not only Chicago, but a lot of cities are getting out of control in general. And he's talking that law and order stuff, and he's talking about Chicago, Chicago being, all the violence and things happening in Chicago has been happening for a while. Baltimore, Detroit, I don't know if Philly was mentioned specifically, but it could have been.
Today was like anywhere that had to make the protesting heavy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
And they talking about sending federal agents to these cities to get stuff under control. Yeah. And these dudes is looking like they in Afghanistan for real. You know what I mean? Like with all the gear on, the
it was like that here I'm gonna cut you off. It was like that here 5 years ago, the Freddie Gray thing, because I used to work,
well, that was the National Guard is the National Guard, right?
Yeah,
and that's what they
it's kind
do.
Of like,
but yeah. And I hadn't even, and I was out of town when that happened. I was like literally watching CNN when the CVS over on Pennsylvania Avenue was burning down.
Yeah.
Mm. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is the crib. I know where that's at.
Word.
I'm like 10, 15 minutes from there. And it was surreal watching that. But to get back in town and hear what people was feeling at that point in time, like a lot of people was just really scared. A lot of people was like, man, I never heard the city that quiet, in all their years of living in the city or whatever. And I don't know, they say if they send these feds, some of these, it's like they kidnapping people almost. It's not like they're arresting you and you know what's happening, where they're taking you. It's just like unidentified people just, grabbing folks up on some get out type shit. And Marilyn Mosby said if they come here doing that, she's prosecuting.
Yeah.
She's putting up charges on them too. So, it's just chaos, really. You know what I mean? It's chaos all over the place. No states seem to be on the same page. School's going to be starting up, and usually school would be starting up in a month, depending on what part of the country you in. Definitely by early September.
Yeah.
So they talking about that, and these people don't got no kind of plan.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody I know, a friend of mine has his daughters going to 8th grade, but they said that they're going to be doing virtual, online stuff basically till like the end of January or February.
Yeah, that's what most of them trying to do. They trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the first I really heard about what the plan was here in Maryland and the Baltimore area. But other places is like, yeah, we hope to have everybody back in school, and we're gonna add these kind of air filtration systems and whatnot to bring the air from the outside. I'm like, niggas can't even get heat and clean water in a lot of these schools in the country. Now y'all telling me y'all gonna have these sophisticated air filtration systems?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not happening.
And we got
and then like, even with that, it's like the schools in Baltimore City are so old that it's like, why didn't anyone decide to, when the summers were off, to update these schools?
Yeah.
I think that responsibility should be taken upon whoever was the superintendent of Baltimore City Public Schools at the time.
Yeah, I was kind of...
Because they could have been updated. You know what I mean? Like the state of Maryland alone is one of the top states when it comes to education.
Yeah, I was kind of mentioning about that too. It was crazy. But
is it? I didn't know.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly which cities or towns, make it one of the top, but I got a feeling Baltimore ain't one of them. I mean, we got a couple schools here that people know of. Everybody know about City and Poly, you might put Merville there, whatever. You know what I mean? But
no, you
might be
probably
Baltimore
wouldn't put
counties.
Merville there, though.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Yo, just looking at your face is hilarious right now. That's why.
Don't sleep on
Actually,
my Mustangs, man.
Speaking of Merville, actually, I seen like the flood. It was some crazy flooding over that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right around the corner from my crib.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like,
The
yo,
bus.
the bus.
You see that
stuck.
bus, son? Like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I could not believe it,
Yeah.
yo. I knew exactly where it was. I was like, oh my gosh, yo, that's right over there where Merville is. Not that far from Lake Montebello. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like.
Was it Friday? It was Friday, I think. It poured down raining again on Friday. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Friday when the bus got stuck over there. I'm saying
that was
it
like
poured down
Wednesday,
raining
Thursday.
again on Friday, and I had ran out to grab some food, and this, sky opened up, and it was just like, ran out, had the umbrella in the car, had to run from the car, cross the parking lot, get the food, come back or whatever, and then I'm trying to come back to the crib, and the flooding is just happening where I'm like, nope, let me hit this U-turn. I'm not driving through that water. Just kind of navigating different ways to get back to the crib, because I'm like, man, this is not the place to be buying no houses, that's for sure. Because if it's doing this right now,
for real, man.
Yeah.
Crazy, yo. Real quick, I know this isn't, a wall, or whatever full of pops, but I got some Lucy's. Let me see if I can change the camera on here. Alrighty. So here goes some Lucy's right here. You know what I'm saying? We got Space Ghost, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in his
nice.
in his WrestleMania outfit. 1 year. Quail Man.
Quail Man.
You know what I mean? Is my dick in a box?
Nice.
You know what I mean? Bourne. James Bourne.
Oh, which one? They're like Connery.
Yes, that is Connery.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Crash Bandicoot. Y'all see the new Crash Bandicoot game? The trailer for it?
Not the whole thing. I think I saw like a picture, a post from the post of it. I didn't see the whole thing though.
Looks amazing, bro. Jake the Snake.
Hey, DT, just like Jake the Snake.
You know what I'm saying? When the night begins to shine. Sad boy. Oh yeah, y'all know about that because y'all watch
Teen Titans.
Y'all hear the music at all?
Nah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'd be some nice background music with this.
Yeah, I was.
Got some Bugs Bunny. I think this year is the 80th anniversary of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got, I was hurt when this happened, when the box got messed up, but I got the man, or the giraffe rather. Got Jeffrey. A flocked Jeffrey. I mean, Toys R Us, RIP, forever. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to bring it back though.
They said that out in Jersey last Christmas they had a storefront.
Yeah.
But I think it was just for the holidays. So I don't know if they were, because I remember hearing the same thing. But after that talk, we didn't hear nothing else about it. You know what I'm saying? And I was out, and then another joint I've heard that they were closing GameStops, but the one
That was
out
recent.
Towson Marketplace just closed, like
Mm.
shut down. I rode past there and I was like, yo, are you kidding me? Because I was gonna pull up and try to see if I could cop something. And it was like, what? I see nothing on the front. It's just an empty store. And I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? They got rid of this joint? I understood when they got rid of the movie stop, but dang, that GameStop is gone. You know, Modell's is closing up shop.
Wow.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I guess that makes sense though, because it's just like a lot. Everybody's getting everything online, so it's already tough for just regular stores anyway. And then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
factor in coronavirus, and it was like, oh,
exactly. Everybody's doing all the online shopping. Everybody's going to Amazon. I'm
yeah, ain't no,
surprised Amazon Prime didn't have like a surplus in subscribers.
Mm.
But people using that, but the Walmarts are still around, Target is still around, JC Penney is still holding
BJ's
out.
is still going to be good.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? The big box stores, they were still going to be good, I think. But
yeah, BJ's, Costco.
they losing money though, for real. If they don't, stock up on these Lysol spray wipes. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all need to be trying to get as much of that shit as possible.
So when you go to, because you got distilleries that are making hand sanitizers.
Yeah, they are.
So if they got the capabilities, that I'm pretty sure that BJ's can get their hands on some or get their brand. Forgot the name of their brand. Well, let's leave something like that. If they can make their own big thing of hand sanitizer, just go from there. So, like I was telling one of the homies last night, RIP to the store Wild Bills on Bel Air and Rossville Boulevard.
Stop. What?
Dead ass, yo. I was out that area Friday, and I was in the drive-through at that McDonald's, and I'm going around, in line, and that joint ain't even Wild Bills no more. It's they repainted it, and it's a mattress store.
Mm.
And it's like
a mattress
store, yeah. And it's like, what?
Disrespect.
Like you could tell they got messed up. The COVID probably messed them up, because you figure Wild Bills was more of like a seasonal store. Like they was really popping during Ravens season, for football, and Orioles for baseball season. You know what I'm saying? But so nonetheless, because and it hurt, because I remember when it was a tent on Bel Air Road selling T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? And for them to go from a tent to an actual store, you know what I mean? And you could buy stuff on their website, and them not even being a store no more is crazy. Nonetheless, they still you still get stuff online, maybe. Maybe they can open up a like an Etsy account or something like that and still, sell some of that stuff. But yeah, it's no longer around.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It sucks, man, because you see what COVID is doing to these local businesses, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understood completely when they were like, support the small businesses and the local businesses and the restaurants too. You know what I'm saying? So this just goes to show you of the messed up stuff, unfortunate events that you go through dealing with a pandemic like this.
Yeah.
but what I want to ask you guys is, though we're in this tough time dealing with this pandemic, what are some of the like bright side or positive things that have happened to y'all during this time?
I took a class.
Okay.
This is how you said it. I took a class.
I took a class and I learned something. Yeah, I took a class on.
I learned about shrimp.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's like some Forrest Gump. I learned about something. It was like he had that accent too. Like, yeah, I learned about something going to happen, but somehow I decided that it wasn't for me. I kind of like this class in business. Baba told me everything I know.
Good. They
Like,
gave me a piece of paper.
Yeah.
A
certification type of thing. I said, why not? I said, okay. My bad, Tommy. Go ahead. That's the look.
Yeah, exactly. Kill Bill shit.
Nah, I mean that's really it. I'm just, outside of that, just
what type of class was it?
Just trying to hold it down and hopefully hopefully stay employed. Yeah, man, it's been cool to just kind of be home. You just have more time, so to speak. It's not as many demands on your time and things that you got to kind of run around and do because everybody's at home now. So I feel like I'm just being more informed of things, news wise, trying to work on some other projects that didn't have time to do before, but now it's kind of like, all right, well, dang, I'm here, I'm home, I ain't got nothing to do, I ain't got nowhere to go. Let's get this other thing cracking. And then also the protests and the things that happened out of, the negative, obviously, situation of George Floyd being murdered. And, just that kind of stuff and being more people being made aware now. You know what I mean? Obviously, everybody is not on board with things.
Mm-hmm.
And the social justice movement and what Black folks and people of color in general have been saying forever. But there is more awareness, there is more sensitivity to things, there are and also white folks being held accountable for their racist behavior and the bullshit that they be doing in public. You know what I'm saying? Like the Karens is getting put out there, the Kevins is getting put out there. And not only are they getting put out there, charges are being brought against them for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
like
San Francisco finally made a Karen Act. It's called the Karen Act.
Did they really?
Yeah, San Francisco. I'm dead serious.
I need to Google this.
Yeah, I don't know. They sent it to the I don't know if it has been fully approved, but they had created an act. It's called Karen Act. It's C like for real CAR. Yeah, it's like brilliant, genius.
What type of class are you taking, Tommy?
Yeah, what type of class you mentioned?
It was like a class online. It was on wholesaling and real estate, and just trying to open up other angles and look at other angles in terms of being able to get to that bag.
Word.
Be able to walk
Got you,
away
man.
and
Yeah.
say,
That money.
I don't need this. Y'all. I'm gonna do me.
Get that paper.
Get that paper. You know.
Word. I was watching
That paper.
my baby sister, she had put me on I never watched the show because I always forget about it. Adam's Ruined Everything. And he had an episode that dealt with like buying or renting a house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, buying or renting. And basically he was saying you're better off renting than buying.
Mm.
And matter of fact, Tommy and I, we had this conversation.
We were talking about this little, yeah.
And it was just like I understood the angle he was going with that episode, but I didn't necessarily agree with it because I feel like me personally, I feel different about it. Like my situation is different in the sense of I understand, you know, if your job might want you to move or something like that, or you might want to move, you know, so you can be closer to your job or whatever, or have a house. But if you already if you know what type of neighborhood that you want to live in, you know what it's about, excuse me, like that, like, you know, you can see yourself, you know, living there for the rest of your life. Like, why not stay, you know, in that particular area? You know, and now there's things where it's like that house had too many issues and it cost too much money to get it fixed or something like that. Then you might want to look at getting something else. You know what I mean? But I think it's all in just the research that you do when you try to you know, and the pros and cons of figuring out if you want to, you know, get a house in a certain area or whatever. You know what I mean?
It all depends on you know, it just kind of depends on what your situation is. You know what I mean? Like if you like if you can get a house where you're paying $1,400 mortgage a month versus renting somewhere where you're paying $1,400 in rent a month, kind of seems like a no-brainer to go with the house. But the things that come with a house are, if something breaks, it's your responsibility to get taken care of. You know what I mean? You gotta pay that out of pocket, or you gotta find, you know, whoever, you know, hit up Angie's List, hit up the white pages, hit up whatever. If, you know, the lawns, the driveway, you know, the sidewalks, you know what I mean? You got to maintain that. You know, if it's snow outside, if it's ice outside, get that salt down. Got to shovel it up, you know. And then, you know, if you think about having kids and all that kind of stuff, you know, school district, what kind of schools is around? What kind of activities is around for them to kind of get into and for you to kind of take them out to. Don't want to have to be driving all the way, you know, 45 minutes to some other part of town so you can go to the park, or so you can, you know, go to the movies or go shopping, or, you know, grocery shopping, you know, all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah,
all these things. And then something else, a couple other things I'll actually on the money side of things we're talking about that I'm wanting to get into is understanding stocks and you know, trying to invest, and then also understanding how taxes really work, so that, you know, when you get your check and you be like, damn, I could have had this if it weren't for Uncle Sam. You know, it's like, well, how is it that the richest people in the world pay less taxes than their secretaries? That don't make sense. How does that happen? And so trying to just understand those kinds of things to help maybe position myself better and inflate that refund check a little bit come tax time. You know what I mean? inflated by a lot.
No, that's true, man. Yeah, that's just one thing. I think we again when we had that conversation last week, I kind of said this like, I feel like when you're about a teen, in high school, there should be like a finance class that all kids should take. So, especially when you live in the city, you know what I'm saying. So about credit, how to have a savings account, checking account, know about credit, credit card debt, having a credit card, know what kind of card is good for you, interest, all that, investing, because a lot of us don't know about all that. We weren't blessed to, not a lot of us were blessed to know those type of things. So it's like once we get to know those things and understand it, we can have a better idea of, putting money aside for, an apartment, house, car, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty dope. What about you, Brielle? Any bright sides to when you're in
The brighter
during this?
side of COVID.
Just reflecting and just been thinking a lot about both the good and the bad, and also how it's like helped me push forward on trying to do this, that, and the third. But this whole year alone has been challenging for me personally. So just trying to be better, and also just trying to be more stronger than I was before, and try to definitely take the time, take advantage on certain things. Definitely, I finally got back into writing, so it felt good. And then trying to just do something creatively, and also to just spiritually too. Like ever since this whole thing started, just trying to grow spiritually and reading the word, strengthen my faith, and then watching my pastor's Bible study classes with my mother, and he's been on point as a recent, especially connecting to what's going on, both the pandemic and also the racial issues, social issues that's been happening, and how we need to stay vigilant, stay alert. And he finally saying woke. He's old school anyway, so it's like, trying to put woke in the sermon. Like, okay, but I don't know. It's just mentally, spiritually, emotionally too. Just trying to just keep level, and just the bright side about it is just like I know I talked about this before with both of y'all about how this has definitely been a spiritual awakening as a sort about what's going on with the pandemic, and you see how people be acting, and also too with the social justice and everybody now. Not everybody's on board with the Black Lives Matter. Still got some folks that's like still like don't understand. They saying that the Black Lives Matter is still creating division, and people are kind of understanding now. And it's kind of funny too. People now understanding why a cat kneeled. Now everybody's kneeling. So it's like
Not everybody understands.
not everybody. Yeah, but everybody's doing it.
People though.
Yeah, but everybody's doing it now. It's like, oh, it's cool now to kneel, but when Cap did it, it was a problem. But it's crazy. It's still funny.
Don't forget what Drew Brees said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, is like people, I don't know, they seem to, I don't know, lose their sense of humanity and their morals on things that they try to base it off what their political beliefs are. I don't know. It's just like so much confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like before, like they try to make it a political thing. You know, it's just common sense, yo. It's, you know, it's common sense, and also too, it's right and wrong. And like if you think that is wrong, because I don't know. I mean, still folks that still believe that. I don't know. They're so confused on their morals. It's just like it's just confusing. Like they don't know what's right and
I
what's
don't even
wrong.
think it's confusion about their morals. I think it's like their whatever morals that they feel they have, um, they stop when it comes to police killing unarmed black people.
Yeah, and it's
Like
like that.
they're cool with that.
Yeah, and then it's like they say all lives matter, but they're not talking about everybody. They're just talking about their own kind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and people don't understand that when we say Black Lives Matter, we ain't saying that we're better than all y'all. You know, we're just saying that we just want the same equal rights than everybody else. You know, we're just trying to.
It's really saying Black Lives Matter too.
Yeah. Now
You know,
we ain't say only. We just said
Black lives are the only lives that matter.
yeah. But Sean, to go back to what you're saying, yeah, just trying to just like the good side about it, just hopefully, you know, try and keep the spirits up. There's so much crazy ish that's been happening every day. People are losing their damn
Every day.
minds. I'm not just talking about what's going on in the White House. I'm just talking about in general. People, you know, we see it all the time. People just going off. Same thing about should I wear a mask or not, or it's a hoax, and people are still not understanding about this COVID thing, and just so much. And then through it all, we still got our people still killing each other over dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Still crimes happening. So it's like, for y'all understanding, like this time where we supposed to be humbling ourselves, trying to understand, you know, compassion and all that. You know, so much going on. People still, it's a lot of crazy shit. So I don't know, man. Just trying to keep the faith and just try to, you know, pray for everybody and see everybody. Hope everybody we can all make it out. And then, you know, it ain't
Pray
gonna be
so
back to
you
normal.
don't end up prey.
Yeah, thank you. And it did, yeah. So like everybody wants things to go back to normal, but it's not going to be back to normal.
This is the new normal.
It's going to be a new normal.
This is the new normal.
Yeah. So
it ain't gonna never be the same.
It probably won't.
No, you know it ain't. It's no jokes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just what it is.
Yeah. I want to say, I want to touch on one thing that you said, Rion, about, you know, Black Lives Matters, but you still got our people still killing each other. And that's one thing that I've heard a lot of people say, like, one of my best friends told me that he thinks, and he's a brother, he said the Black Lives Matter thing is a joke.
Wait, you said one of your good friends?
One of my best friends, yeah.
Black person, white person, Indian?
He's black.
Black person, okay. And he said Black Lives Matter is a joke.
He said, because how do our lives matter, but yet we still got, you know, black on black crime going on.
I see he's missing the point, I feel like.
Yeah, because it's like I was kind of in that understanding too at first, and then it was like, and then I did my research on what Black Lives Matter was all about. It was not focusing on us how we kill each other. Supposed to focus more on the police brutality and the racial discrimination that I would
racial
have.
discrimination.
Yeah.
All of that is what really, you know what I'm saying, messed us up as a people over years. You know what I'm saying? As far as it being, you know, black on black crime, killing of our own people, it's a thing of, it is a messed up situation. It is a thing of, okay, we do have to, you know, less of that needs to happen. But this whole situation of what's causing the Black Lives Matter movement to, you know, to grow is more of a bigger thing because it's been happening for what, since slavery?
Yeah. So it's like,
You know what I'm saying? So it's a bigger issue. It's like once people from other races, and I will say this, I've seen, because I work downtown, and I've seen, you know, a lot of peaceful protesters from, you know, different races, you know, there with their signs up and everything. And and I don't think they were doing it, you know, they weren't clout chasing like the kids say. They were sincere about it.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They really wanted to make a difference. They, you know, they really understand, you know, what we've been going through. I mean, yes, this has been going on for years, but I think the George Floyd situation was the straw that broke the camel's back. I know I said that before, but it's the truth. Because out of that, look what happens. Look what is going on now. I was driving through a you know, a neighborhood in Towson. You know, it's mostly white people that live there, but they had on their lawns little things that let's say Black Lives Matter and this, that, and the third. It was about a good 5-6 houses that had those little things on their lawn, and I was just smiling like, yeah, I know that's right. I feel like comfortable driving through here. Praise God.
Yeah,
you know?
I can see this.
and so it's like once people from other races understand, you know, trying to squash, you know, the racist BS, the prejudice BS that goes on. The more I think they will understand us and how we get there. You know what I'm saying? Cultural wise and things like that. All this, again, is to me is part of MLK's dream. He wanted us to be judged by character, not by the color of our skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once you have people from other races on board with the Black Lives Matter and showing some type of peace and things of that nature, and want to understand our you know, understand our culture and how we get down, the more it's like, okay, I bet, you know, once they see what's going on and what it is, you know, maybe they could help us with certain things that we other people have issues with. I know a while back, I know y'all probably seen this on the news where I forgot the neighborhood, but it had like this one alleyway where it was nothing but trash. And people that lived there always just walked past it. No one ever did nothing about it. And then one day, a group of people, you know, I think somebody must have seen it, couldn't believe it, said something to their friends, and a bunch of people from other neighborhoods or whatever, maybe from other counties or whatever, went back to this neighborhood in the city and cleaned up that area, that alleyway. They cleaned it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, so the fact that they did that, you know, without, you know, they didn't want no money, no nothing like that. They just did it off the strip. They thought it was a messed up situation and they fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They weren't trying to like, I think what they did is a heck of a lot different from, gentrifying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's a whole nother situation. You know what I mean? But they just did this off the strength, and it's just like, okay, if these people, can do that, and then be down with the Black Lives Matter, and then there's peace, with us and other races, and then they help us with what we kind of been struggling with to help out, like keeping, if they can help us keep a dollar, longer in our neighborhoods and help our kids become more educated with things, or the ones that have talent try to exceed and go far with the talents that they have. You know what I'm saying? Because certain kids, go to certain schools and they don't have the resources. They don't know how to, you know, uh, 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 go to from a high school to a college or whatever that can help them with whether the talent is singing, dancing, athletics, whatever. You know what I mean? Um, so if they help us with that situation, it's pretty dope. Kind of like on the reverse end of Black Panther with Vibranium. You know what I'm saying? They were like, we need to get this out to the people. Other people need to know about this. It can help other people with certain situations. You know what I'm saying? If they have this knowledge, if they have this particular element, you know what I mean? So that, that's kind of like how I feel about that kind of situation. I mean, I understand, yes, that, because the city the city that we live in, you live in the county, but the city that we live in is has a high crime rate, has had a high crime rate for years. And, we just need to have, better ways to handle it. You know what I'm saying? And I know, I don't know when the legit like mayoral election is supposed to happen, but I hope whoever becomes our mayor and everything really finds a really good strategic and tactical way of, knocking down crime and having more things, more dope things for this city, to make this city a dope city than what it is. You know what I mean? A doper city than what it is. You know what I mean? But as far as what you were saying about saying, spirituality, I don't want to sound like a preacher or anything, but
Preach.
as of right now, we need God more than ever.
Yes, Lord.
I know there are certain people that don't believe in that, or
Crazy.
whatever, or they might, whether if it's God, Allah, Buddha, something. If you're grounded in whatever spirituality that you have, religion, whatever, you need to stay prayed up. You need to stay prayed up. You need to find time to read the book, read the good book, and I think that will help you, keep you centered, keep you grounded on what's going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be like, forgot the name of his character, but Donnie Yen in that one Star Wars movie, he kept saying, "I am one with the Force, and the Force is one with me." And he kept saying it, and he kept believing it. He believed it till he died, didn't it? And it's like we need God to help us in the fight of this, the racism, the pandemic, what's going on with the pandemic. 45 and the craziness that comes out of his mouth and the things that he, does or whatever. Just everything. It's, I remember talking to a couple of people when the pandemic was going on in the early stages, and people were getting depressed because all they kept seeing on TV was hearing about this pandemic, hearing about the cases, people that are dying off of it. It was just like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. And then you don't realize it until it hit home. Like for me personally, when going back to being a hip hop head, when Fred the Godson died, man, that was like, one of my homies that told me about it and showed me pictures of how he looks, with the oxygen thing on his nose and all that. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And then 2 weeks later, he passed, and it was like, oh. And you really wanted him to pull through, even though he had asthma. It was just, he was a heck of a talent. You know what I'm saying? And I know Tom Hanks is better now, but when you heard about Tom Hanks, it's like, oh snap! And then other people, and then you might hear that somebody, a friend of yours, somebody in their family might have it. And it's just like, okay, this is getting crazy. And it's just like, if you ain't never, believe in the God now, man, you better find you a Bible and get to talking to him. Yeah. That's the one thing that's just gonna, help you. Because there are times where I've prayed, and after I got everything off my chest, I felt so much better. I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, and then, and all you got to do is just sit back, wait, and watch how he works. And when he works, it's like, yes, So yeah, I feel you on that tip.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, the one bright side for me was just finances was getting a little better, just saving up for different things, thinking about, I think a lot of people get caught up in the present time and what's going on, that a lot of people don't think about the future sometimes, the long term. And I was, one of those people. And so that helped me out. Me staying in a house, man, just helped me, to read more, because I've always said I've been meaning to read more, play some video games more, just chill, just exist. Because I'm always going out doing this, doing that, and when I got put in a situation like this, to just, you can't go nowhere. And it's like, all right, I'll just exist. I'll just be me in this moment, like, and it felt good to go through a book series within a couple weeks, because sometimes it takes me longer than that to read a book or make time to play a video game. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes me a while. Like I kind of use my PlayStation just to watch stuff that I stream. So for me to actually use it to play a game, it's a beta game. Like, yeah, I still got it. I can still knock it out. So just to I guess so. I guess if anything, it just helped me become even more blurred than what I already am. You know what I'm saying?
Just reemphasize what was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the fact that I couldn't see y'all, my other homies, and my lady, it made me think about them a lot, and and miss the hell out of them. You know what I mean? So when things started to get a little bit better and, you know, was able to hang out with some people and see some people, you know, you giving them the straight out of prison hug, you know what I mean? So, um, so yeah. So if, so if anybody, you know, watching this and they're having a hard time or still kind of struggling with some things, man, pray. And also just talk to some people, reach out to some people that you haven't reached out to in a while. You know what I'm saying? We need to do that now more than ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of felt like that right when Kobe died. Speaking of that, I was in GameStop earlier. 2K21, Dame got the cover, but there's a Mamba mode edition,
Yeah.
and Kobe's on the cover of that. So I forgot what's all included in it, but you know, for anybody that are like, you know, 2K fans, you might want to hop on that.
So
But I remember that week that Kobe had passed, and you know, the TNT NBA inside the NBA guys were talking, and Shaq was saying how, pointing at his, you know, his co-host, how we really, you know, outside of work, we really don't talk like that, you know. And I feel like that's kind of on me, so I think I must try to like take more time to kind of like hit people up, talk to them, and see how they doing. And you know, I felt what he said because I've been feeling like that for a little bit. Like we get so caught up and so busy with, you know, our everyday lives. Sometimes we don't stop and think like, yo, let me hit up so and so. You know what I mean? See how they doing. What's up with songs? Like there was a point in time where for the longest, ever since we was in middle school, Breon and I would talk. It went from every day at a point, and then it got down to every week. Like once a week we would talk. And then it kind of died down. And then when it was around, you know, us getting ready for the podcast, we talked a little bit more. And so then it's like we every now and then there might be a text message here, text there, or he'll send me a video, I'll send him a video, or he'll tag me on something on Facebook, vice versa, whenever I'm on Facebook, you know, or IG. So it's like we kind of keep we keep the communication going, but it's not as strong. I mean, not as strong, but it's like we don't talk as much, and I get it because you know we really ain't doing much enough. So it's like, what is there to really talk about like that? You know, but the fact that you know we doing this this podcast is dope because you know it gives us a chance to really communicate even more. You know, especially on a different end in the sense of you know, we got this, I don't know if you want to call this like a business venture or whatever, but you know, something like that. We're talking about something that we love. So but I just, you know, try to hit people up whenever I can. And when I do, man, it's so dope just to, you know, hear from people, hey, how you doing? Well, while I'm on the subject, I kind of want to speak on. Is it okay if we talk about the origin story of this podcast?
sure. Should have did it earlier.
Yeah, we should have a while ago, but we got into a whole thing about COVID, which I'm fine with because that's what's going on. So, and I kind of feel weird talking all this time because it's like I don't want to seem like I'm, you know, don't feel like I'm shining nothing, you know.
No, I
Hey,
mean,
nigga, you shining.
no.
Spirit fingers, man.
Spirit
Uh,
fingers.
so the idea was originally so at the end of each year, Breon has a list of his favorite albums and movies and TV shows, stuff like that. And I thought it'd be dope if it was a thing where we get like a panel of people together, like a round table, and we talk about stuff like that over the years and have a list. And then at the end of it, B gives out his list. He was down with it. I talked to a couple people that were down with it, but it didn't happen because we had a family emergency with my dad, and then we kind of just sat on the idea, and next thing you know, my dad had passed, and it was just kind of like it was talked about, but nothing never really happened. It was just talk. But around the time, it was like, maybe we could do a podcast. I think that'd be dope. And one day, I think this was when we all saw the Power Ranger movie, and B had met up with me at a gas station. I had the gas that he owed me some money, and he was like, "Yo, I was thinking about your idea," and I was thinking, "Why don't we do a podcast?" And I'm like, "Yo, I was thinking that. All right, bet." Couple weeks later, we were driving out to Annapolis to this comic book store that we love, and we was talking about it again, and we were just thinking of ideas for the name because we wanted blurred in the title. Everything that we could think of that had blurred in it was already taken. Just everything.
Everything was.
And then I was just like, man, everything's a blurred. And we just bust out laughing. And B was like, that's it. And
You got it.
and we typed it and no one had it. And I was like, wait, but it gotta make sense. So instead of everything's a blurred, let's go everything's blurred. And still no one had it, and we were good to go. And we were just trying to think of how to, get it together. And it was just going to be originally be, Breon and I.
Until
we sat on it forever. So then Tommy comes around. We was all chilling, and Tommy's like,
yo, man,
"Yo,
what's up with that?
the podcast?"
Y'all better get
And
this
I was
together.
like, "Oh man, we ain't, we still haven't done anything. Whether we ever talked." And he was like, "Man, listen, all right,
Call me the enforcer."
And then next thing you know, if it wasn't for Tommy, we probably still probably would have been a thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tommy helped put it together.
It might have even been an afterthought for real at this point. You know what I mean? Especially with COVID being what it is now.
Yeah.
A lot, just life as we knew it changed.
And it's crazy because like we did mad demos, and it was like the last few was like at bad timing. We tried to do the first episode, Kobe died. We tried to do it again. Then before the national emergency about the COVID happened. And then it's now, here we are a couple months later, and we trying to do this again. But hopefully in in these next coming episodes, definitely gonna add more people into it, and build the conversation going, and build the chemistry going, and hopefully, who knows what's gonna happen these next coming months if we're gonna be here, we're gonna be like this till the end of the year, or things might get better. I don't know. Hopefully, and then hopefully we get back on the audio. But I ain't gonna lie, I do like this. This is cool. Seeing my face. No, I mean no. People like, yeah, they not.
My face.
Yeah, your face. Shut up. Anyway, no, I'm talking about as far as like the Zoom thing. Like as far as like cause I've seen a lot of other podcasts do a lot of creative stuff, the outlets and everything. So hopefully, it can be a success, and hopefully people be more interested with everything's blurred.
Yes.
So I got quite a couple questions to ask y'all. So what y'all been watching during this time? Binge watching
CNN. CNN and GGN.
Man, lot of Netflix, a little bit of Disney Plus, some VRV. Like I said, like if we talking shows specifically, I watched The Last OG. Still going through that current season of it. The Last Dance. Come on now.
That was appointment
we
TV.
grew up watching that.
Yeah, that was appointment TV for me too. Like, yeah.
Had to watch that live in the moment.
Yeah. So that I recorded Be Water, but I didn't watch it all the way.
What's that?
Be Water.
Oh yeah, the Bruce Lee. Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, the Bruce Lee joint. I got it on my DVR, but so I watched a few minutes of it, but not the whole thing. Eventually, I'll get to that. I actually watched in its entirety for the first time, because I only see bits and pieces of it, but I finally watched The Princess Bride for the first time in its entirety. I've never seen it all the way through.
Wow. It's been years since I've seen it, but yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it's some old joints I do need to go back. I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah. What else? What's the joint? The Netflix joints that be like, who shot so and so?
Yeah, who killed Malcolm X? Who killed Sam Cooke?
I already saw the Sam Cooke one. I saw I've been saw the Jam Master Jay. I watched the Bob Marley one.
I didn't know they had one. Bob Marley.
Yeah, it was like Who Shot the Sheriff, something like that.
Okay.
Again, the animes that I mentioned earlier in the pod, I've been watching those. X-Men on Disney Plus.
The cartoon. You talking about the cartoon or the movies? X-Men.
The cartoon.
The animated series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Tank Thief song.
Yeah. No, I meant when I said the cartoon, it wasn't a question. I mean the cartoon, like the cartoon over the movies. Because to me, the cartoon is better than the movies. Most of them.
Facts.
I finally caught the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix joint while we
was it trash?
The lockdown.
I still want to see it, but I heard it was trash.
Part of me is like, should I?
I watched it. I haven't watched Venom yet.
Me too. I haven't watched Venom either.
So I heard Venom was good though.
I heard mixed. I heard mixed.
Well, I don't know. I still haven't watched it either way though, but I actually heard it was pretty good. But I heard it was probably more so from an entertaining standpoint versus somebody who was like, man, I read the comic books and Venom wasn't this or that or whatever. So it depends on your perspective, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And I watched a little bit of The Mandalorian, but I didn't finish it all the way. But what I did see, I liked.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch the whole season again. It was awesome, but I don't know when they trying to I don't know if they started filming the second
season.
Yeah. I don't know if they started before the pandemic or what, but definitely want to rewatch that again.
Yeah.
Let me see, the Five Bloods.
That was the Five Bloods. Yeah.
There's definitely like the Last Dance was definitely like the start of like me trying to watch something on TV. I've been mostly just pretty much on music level. Like that's all I've been doing during the whole this quarantine, listening to music. Like and especially with the IG DJ sets from Questlove, definitely.
Oh yeah,
I mean, first it was D Nice. I definitely was there when he broke, the record. Had all those people that night. So, but from him to Questlove to Ninth Wonder.
Nobody copped the Club Quarantine tee.
I'm about to cop one. I
thought about buying one.
Yeah, I'm about to cop one. I like the white one. The black one was cool too, but
tired of wearing black t-shirts.
Me too. That's what you saw me that time. He's like, "What's up, Neon Breon?" With the God is dope tee. But the Old Guard, that was cool. Saw this movie called Uncorked. That was good too. Uncorked on Netflix. The Black Godfather
was dope.
The Black Godfather was dope too.
I gotta finish watching that. I only watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, and I saw Hamilton.
Yes. Yeah. I like Hamilton.
Disney Plus.
That's on Disney Plus.
Not gonna throw away my shot.
You said shot.
That's the name of the song.
Not throwing away my shot. Yeah.
It must be nice. It must be nice. Yo, you can't help me. You be able to sing this all day.
Man, some of them songs were stuck in my head a little bit. I gotta listen to the mixtape joint.
Yeah. Just found a newfound respect for Lin-Manuel Miranda and the whole.
Oh, what, you ain't rock with him?
No, I mean he was cool, but I'm saying, but I haven't as far as when Hamilton came out, I was like, I didn't understand. I mean, I understand the craze at first. I mean, I was happy that he was getting all that attention and all that, but I didn't because I didn't get a chance. I did want to check it out. I wish and when it was on Broadway, but when it went to, came here, there wasn't the same cast.
It was hard to get tickets. It was so hard. They're coming back here next year, and I'm like, I'll try.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but I have newfound respect. Not I ain't say it was whack, but it was just like just the whole ordeal, how I actually saw how it went down with the musical and also too how usually musicals they break out in song every now and then or something like that, and they have little dramatic scenes, you know what I'm saying? This one, this was nonstop. They continue with a number after number after number after number. And it was
just like Jesus Christ Superstar, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was I'm not really big on musicals like that, but it's this one was I mean, of course I respect it because the hip hop reference and homage to it and all that, and it was definitely timely in how they blended with the American history and everything like that. But yeah, and just remember them songs and all of it's in rhyme, so you gotta remember it. It's just it was a lot of songs. It was it was more than 20 songs. So it's you just gotta remember that. And like I said, they didn't stop and take a break and then do a little scene now and then, but nah, continue on with number. On and on. But I don't know. But we got Comic-Con this weekend at home. That's crazy.
I've been enjoying some of the panels.
Yeah. I didn't finish watching that hip hop one you showed me, but that was interesting. The first,
It's good, man.
yeah,
It's good. There's also one about Afrofuturism and religion.
nice.
That was pretty good.
Wow.
There's a Family Guy panel. I watched that. They read a little bit of the first act of the first episode of the season coming up in September, which will be the 350th episode. HBO Max. I watched their Cartoon Network stuff. Like they had a I know y'all probably never watched Adventure Time with Jake and Finn, but they had like an Adventure Time special that's streaming now on HBO Max. I think it's practically a prequel. So I watched that. The other one that Double Cartoon Network dealt with, like they gave you little sneak peeks and previews of upcoming seasons of different shows, like Craig from the Creek, with Black Cartoon. Check it out. The We Bare Bears movie, Victor and Valentino, and I want to say Apple and Onion. And what else was there? There was a 15th anniversary of Constantine panel. Thought that was interesting that they did that. I didn't watch it yet. And there was another one that dealt with they had, DC had theirs for their comics, Marvel, IDW, I want to say Image. There was a panel that dealt with Tom McFarlane and I think his figures. And a bunch of other stuff, man. The Eisner Awards was on Comic-Con. That was a panel. Phil Lamar was, I don't know if he hosted it or
I think he won.
One of the people on it. He won.
I think he won something. But yeah.
Yeah, because it's all like two of them in his hand, so I didn't know. And a couple of just that dealt with like race and gender in comics and stuff. So I still want to check some stuff out. Probably for the rest of the good portion of this week, I'll probably watch some more joints.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm kind of happy about with this whole pandemic that's happening. Like, it's some with me with the film thing, there's some film festivals, like they already doing the virtual thing. Like I signed up for Black Star Film Festival up in Philly, and they decided to make it virtual. It's going to happen later in August. I think I want to say a couple of ones from New York is doing it too, and it's a Sundance one. It's not the Sundance Film Festival. It's part of the Sundance. It's like Sundance Shorts or something like that, or Sundance Next. They doing that, and I think I want to say so bad that one of those major ones like Toronto or
Tribeca.
No, Tribeca. It's supposed to. That was in the spring. Supposed to be. One of them, they supposed to make their own virtual thing as well. So I'm looking forward. See how that goes. So
yeah.
I don't know. Hey Tommy. So like,
yep.
I don't know if you catch any Comic-Con stuff, or you didn't know.
No, I didn't catch any. I'd like saw the messages that y'all had sent, and like the YouTube streams and the panels and such, but I didn't catch any live. I was checking the it started this week.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Wednesday or Thursday?
Started Thursday. I think Wednesday was kind of like preview night.
Okay.
but it initially started Thursday. So
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we still got a good portion of this week to catch up and watch stuff. So I would suggest that we talk more in depth about it next episode.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, so like I got a feeling. Yeah, it's because I don't know how y'all feel about this whole movie thing, like movie theaters. Like they keep
Speak
pushing.
more about it.
Speaking more of, like, you know, first it was AMC, they was going to be shut down, but that was crazy because due to they say they've been struggling as of last year with the sales and things of that nature, and I thought it was a big booming theater chain. So now I think Amazon is helping out, becoming one of the investors. Now, you know, this whole movie theater thing. Oh, what's up?
It's a little bit ironic because of so many people I know that have a jailbroken Fire Stick by Amazon, and that's how they watch a lot of the movies. So the fact that Amazon is trying to buy out AMC is like, hey, I'm bad, guys.
This is a part of Amazon's plot for global domination, yo.
Yeah.
They foresaw this whole thing.
You know what I'm saying?
So like,
damn you, Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
yeah. So it's crazy because I don't know. It's just you know, the whole they ever since the pandemic happened, like they've been trying to, you know, first we saw James Bond, they got pushed back to November. Who knows? I mean, hopefully that's still gonna happen.
I'll just push it to my TV at the crib, man. I'll rock.
Push it to
out.
Netflix.
Most
You know
of these
what I'm
like for example,
Tenet, I want to see
yeah,
that.
yeah, Tenet and Mulan, they trying their best to like still keep it in the theaters because they gonna. I mean, they you know
Put Mulan on Disney Plus like you did Onward. It's okay.
yeah, I know, but they focusing on the marketing, the money, and also too like they want to make it a big hit overseas, especially in China. So I don't know. And in the Tenet, you know, Chris Nolan, he shot it in the IMAX level in all his films, pretty much.
True.
And he wants it to be in the theaters. And both of those films, they over 200. They grossed, the budget's like over 200 mil.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they trying to find some way to keep that budget going. Yeah, and it's like you would think like, yeah, put it on Disney Plus, but no, they focus on that. They trying to like, let's keep it in the theaters. Let's see if we can make a big. First, they were thinking about Tenet. I know Tenet and I think Mulan was thinking about let's put it overseas first, and then whenever they drop it in the U.S. But like Tenet, we don't know what the hell that movie's about, and if you drop it overseas, somebody gonna like, yo, I got the spoiler.
For sure.
Leak it.
Yeah, leak it. Yeah,
exactly.
They're gonna talk about the spoilers, so they said they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, go right on the Fire Stick, and people be like, "Yo, don't watch,"
Yeah, but I have heard recently they're gonna send it. They're trying to push it to HBO Max.
Or Tenet.
Mm-hmm.
If they get that, then I'm getting HBO Max.
Yeah, me too. Actually, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not doing that. sorry, John David Washington. I rock with you. I saw.
I mean, I already do have HBO. That is true.
You know what I mean? I feel like HBO just being greedy, like, and they got HBO Go, which is not going nowhere.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I haven't heard that much about HBO Go.
Right, they've been pushing HBO Max more than HBO Go.
Yeah.
You don't even hear about Cinemax for real. It's just HBO Max, which is
man.
all that. So it's like, well, so even if they put it, well, I know it's not a lot of drive-through theaters, in the country like it used to be, but I mean, even if they do that, they won't, because I feel like you're safer doing it with a drive-through versus, because I want to see how these movie theaters are going to do the socially distance.
Yeah, that's
because you have the reserved seatings and all that, but it's like, yo, are you going to space these seats.
Got to. And also,
You know,
like I said before when we was talking about it, like they trying to when they trying to bring the movie theaters back. Of course, like there's no movie theaters playing, but of course there's gonna be the new ones that they're trying to do, like Tenet or Mulan. And say if it's only those two films they start off, and of course, like I said, like mostly movie theaters they like how many screenings? Like 15 to 16 screenings in the building. So it's like if you split them in half, and if you worried about the time, I don't know. I mean, people gonna get a chance to see that film, especially if this is only those two films starting off. And then like, I mean, there's a way they can find a way to social distance the seats. And then it was controversial at first. If like, yeah, well, originally it was going to be just the workers to wear the mask. So they wanted the customers not to wear the mask, but it was like, people was against that. And like, well, everybody should be wearing a mask. And I don't know how you're going to do that. And, especially people are like that wants to go to movie theaters and, eat popcorn and drink soda.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's going to.
They gotta have, man, listen, they gotta do it like how these malls been doing it, man, in the stores in the mall. Gotta have a mask. Gotta have that population.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's not going to be a jam-packed screening. It's not going to be sold out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying they need to do what they can to make sure that people, respect the new guidelines.
Yeah.
So because the on them, yeah.
It's tricky.
Yeah, like as far as like, because even if you try to watch these new movies on demand, the price is ridiculous. They want $20. Now, granted, if it's a movie that you really want to see, and you might know some other people that want to watch it, then maybe y'all can split the price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if it's just you and you just want to see it, it's like I'm better off just buying a Blu-ray. Like,
yeah.
At least I get some special features and behind the scenes stuff. You know what I mean? But just $20 just off the strength, just on demand, like no, nah. You know what I mean? Well, the movie theater joints have been struggling anyway because of, like we said, the Fire Sticks, the Amazon Primes, the Netflix, the Hulus, all of that, and it's a thing of like when you told me like yo, Lovebirds gonna be on Netflix, it's like it made sense because people don't. You're already paying a monthly fee, so technically you paid for the movie.
Yeah, but it's
Go
ahead.
All you got to do is just you want to get some snacks, hit up the dollar store or whatever. Or you want it, or you make it a little date night. You get your little curbside food to go. You know what I'm saying? And boom, there you have it. Or if you just cook from home, bam, you got your food right there, and you watching the movie right there.
Yeah, it's a tough gamble because like you had movies like the Trolls, the Trolls War Tour, and I heard that did well on demand.
Of course.
And then you had
the Sonic came out on demand too, or
did that was in theaters.
It was in the theaters.
That was in theaters. That came out in February.
That was the last movie I saw before this pandemic.
Okay, but they ultimately did push it to on demand.
Yeah, they did.
Because it was,
It's on Blu-ray. It's available for Blu-ray right now.
Available. I mean,
and Scoob. Scoob is on Blu-ray right now too. Good movie. Yeah. Scoob was good.
I mean, the Sonic. I mean, they had a good run before the whole pandemic in the theater.
It did. So, I think it hit number one.
Yeah, I'm saying. Week. So it was like they ain't had to rush too highly to, put it on demand as of yet. So like,
they already had pushed it back because of they had to fix Sonic.
Yeah. So like, we got Netflix. They doing good as far as releasing content. You got the Blerds. You got Fatal Affair, believe it or not. Yeah, people are watching it. So it's like
People are watching it. It was number one in that top 10.
Yeah, so like you got the Old Guard.
The Old Guard, yes.
And you got some other films that's coming up, later.
I think when I checked it last night, The Kissing Booth 2 was number one on there. Tracy watched it.
What's The Kissing Booth?
Some kiddie shit.
Okay. And Amazon is trying to do the same thing.
Yes.
I heard it was a Michael B. Jordan film that's based off a Tom Clancy novel that's supposed to be in the theaters. And he played this.
I thought you was about to say that video game. What was the Tom Clancy game?
Splinter Cell joints.
Yeah.
That's my game. If that come out, I'm copping it. And that'll get me right back on the PS4 for real. Highly engaged and just.
Hey yo, real quick. Any plans on getting that 5, Tony? You getting the 5?
I don't got no plans on it as far as my PlayStation plans go. Mm-hmm. I'm a cop the new Madden, Lamar Jackson edition, just because
I'm thinking about getting Madden because of Lamar.
That's the only reason for real. I gotta get it. I'm trash when it comes to Madden now. I definitely
I feel you.
Definitely need to work on my game. But I gotta we ain't never had no. We did have Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, I think, had the cover too. But
you want to answer yes?
Ray Rice.
Was Ray Rice on the cover?
No, Ray Lewis.
Yeah, it was definitely Ray Lewis. I know.
I remember Ray Lewis. But I think that was it. I thought it was it. I know it wasn't.
No, Flacco didn't get it. No.
Yo, speaking of Flacco, dog, what you gonna do with the Flacco jersey, man? You gonna keep rocking it, or you gonna retire and have it, just have it in the crib? You know what I mean? Because Flacco, I don't even know if Flacco was still going to be in the league. Still got love for him. We won the ring for us. You know what I mean? He got I think all of the records as far as Ravens quarterbacks go outside of rushing yards.
Yeah, he does. He still hold the record.
And I don't know if Lamar Jackson might have broke the touchdown pass for a season for the franchise record too.
I feel like he did.
I think you're right. I think he did. 'Cause I think he had 30 something last season, and I don't remember Flacco having close to 30.
Oh, right. I know of one person that probably still has their Flacco jersey and will rock it to this day. I'm not going to say that person's name, but I think if they watch this, they know who I'm talking about. But I'm gonna say this while we're on the subject of mediocre quarterbacks. So you know how there's 2 covers for this Madden.
Mm-hmm.
There's, Lamar for the main joint, and then for the, what's it called, for the Legends?
Something like that, yeah, like the collector's edition.
Something like that
kind of stuff.
Yeah. For that one, Tony Romo got the fucking cover. I'm dead ass. I was in GameStop and saw that. I was like, you couldn't find no other quarterback.
No, look. No disrespect to Tony Romo, man. He did his thing in Dallas. He put up some numbers. Yeah. I thought Tony Romo was nice for real. He just didn't, He just didn't perform for real.
That's my quarterback.
I thought, if you watch Tony Romo play, I thought Tony Romo was nice, but he just came up short in the big games. He just, as Stephen A. When something can go wrong, it will go wrong. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It just ain't work out for him. Now, with all that said, I don't believe that he deserves to be on the cover of any kind of Madden.
Is Romo better than Dak Prescott?
Wow.
I don't know. Because look, I'll probably
Because
get
I think
killed.
Dak is better than Tony. I honestly believe it.
You think Dak is better than Tony, hands down?
I think Dak is better than Tony. I think Tony was just an okay quarterback. I think he was cool. He was all right. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm looking at Tony and looking at like Flacco, you know, because they was in the league at the same time.
Same time, yeah.
Outside of that Super Bowl run season, Flacco had a big arm, but you know he just wasn't throwing the ball all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And Tony Romo was making it happen. Now he would get close enough.
I think Romo had a better O-line at one point in time than what Flacco did. I think Flacco, when he came in, the O-line was cool. Then somewhere along the lines, the O-line got weak and it kind of messed him up, and he messed his own self up. But if we comparing Flacco to Tony,
I'm not talking about the results. I'm just comparing. If you watch them play and the talent and you know how they kind of do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that Super Bowl run, you know, where Flacco was playing insane.
he played lights out ball.
You know what I mean? Outside of that.
And he had the talent with him. You know what I'm saying? He had the weapons.
That's the thing. I feel like I'm trying to think who was Tony Romo throwing. I mean, they had T.O. for a couple seasons, I think.
Right.
They had Jason Witten the whole time.
Witten, yes.
I think Cole Beasley for a minute.
Yeah.
What's my man's name? Miles Austin, I think.
Yes.
Was riding.
He was good.
Them. But I mean, so you compare that with what Flacco had. He had Derek Mason,
Ray Rice.
Derek Mason, Ray Rice. I'm trying to think who the tight end was at that time.
That's his homeboy. That's his main man.
Dennis Pitta for a minute.
Pitta. Pitta. You had Owen Daniels.
Had Owen Daniels for a minute, yeah. Torrey Smith, yeah. Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones, yes.
You know, I think Jacoby Jones might be a legend in the city off the field.
Really?
More so, like, because, like, Jacoby Jones will still host stuff in the city sometimes, you know what I mean? And it'll still be like, you know what I mean? Like, or he'll have, like, a Super Bowl party at the strip club, you know, or, you know, something like hosted by Jacoby Jones. Like, I think Jacoby Jones is more of a legend off the field, even though in the Super Bowl he did his thing, and in that I think it was the AFC Championship game in Denver where, you know, he got behind everybody and you know, we took the lead in the fourth quarter. But as far as like consistency on the field, it wasn't like you was thinking Jacoby Jones is going to do it for us, you know what I mean? You'd be like, all right, we had Anquan Bolden. Can't forget Anquan Bolden. It's like you got Anquan Bolden out there. You know, if you throw it in his vicinity, he going to catch it. You hope that Torrey going to get behind, get deep, and, you know, catch a deep one. Ray Rice was doing his thing, both running the ball and catching out of the backfield. The tight ends was always going to get love in the Ravens offense. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're a tight end and you get drafted by the Ravens, you're about to get paid. I don't know how much
Yeah,
Mark
Mark
Andrews. You know what I'm saying? Mark Andrews got that bread. What's homeboy name? Damn. Hey, man. Tight end, red hair. We traded him in the offseason. He was a first round pick, but I think we traded him to the Falcons this offseason. Hayden Hurst.
Yes.
Hayden Hurst was supposed to be that dude. Mark Andrews was like, I got this, sir. and I ain't letting go. So yeah, man. But as far as that goes, the thing about the situation with Dak, to me, it's not even about whether or not he's better than Tony Romo. It is more so like, yo, this man has done everything that you ask of a quarterback in the National Football League. You know what I mean? He's a leader in the locker room. He's gotten better every year. He's leading them to wins. He's not getting in trouble off the field. You know what I mean?
And Jerry still won't pay him.
You know, that whole thing with Colin Kaepernick, when Colin Kaepernick was, still in the league at first in the kneeling situation, and everybody was kind of calling around, are you gonna kneel? Are you gonna do? Dak even handled that, well. I don't remember what he said, but I do remember that it was not no huge crazy controversy or whatever. And the only thing on the Cowboys, it was like Jerry Jones was like, nobody better. I don't want anybody kneeling or whatever. Jerry Jones made that statement. But as far as Dak, he held it down for the company line for them, for America's team, so to speak. And right. And it's his time to get paid. He was a 4th round pick, far outperformed this contract. And, they need to pay that man. Now, they might not be close. They might have disagreements on the numbers or whatever. But I just feel like they gave Tony Romo that money. And Tony Romo didn't win anything. So
and don't forget, even with Ezekiel did a lot
he
of
got the bread too.
And he did
and he
some
was
stuff
doing all kind of stuff off the field.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, Zeke. If Zeke was like above average, let's say he's just an above average player in this climate, considering everything with the Me Too movement. This is after Ray Rice had that situation, with his now wife and everything. Zeke would have been out of there. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just a thing to me where it's like, man, if you can help us win, if you talented enough, we will deal with some headaches as long as we can, you can help us win. And then he came back and held out after he had he had a nice contract already, I think. Still had a couple years left, and he held out, and they gave him more money. So, yeah, I don't believe. I believe that they need to pay Dak. I believe Dak will probably do well this season and then go somewhere else. But
I do think Dak, because from what I'm seeing, I'm thinking that the NFC East is going to be the weakest division in the NFC, and I think they will clearly.
NFC, yeah.
I think they will clearly, win that division.
You know what Dak should do? I feel like Dak should do is ball out this year, and then go to the whatever team is going to be the name in Washington. Go to the Redskins.
That'd be crazy.
Same division, rivalry.
That'd be crazy.
Bring all those intangibles and all that stuff that In addition to, he's got to play well, but all that other stuff in the locker room and having folks believe in your ability to win and getting folks to, buy into the system and all that. Take all of that to Washington, get them boys on the same page, and then, go at Dallas.
Speaking of Washington,
yeah,
what's up with the name? What y'all think?
What's the name?
So what you think they should change it to? Because they're going to retire the Redskins name.
Yeah, they're going to retire Redskins.
Yeah, they're retiring all that stuff.
I think it was kind of messed up how they had that long meeting and they were like, you know what? Washington football team for now until we decide. I mean, come on, we had the Red Wolves.
Right.
Someone actually put the Sentinels in there. That's based off that movie with Keanu Reeves, The Replacements.
The what?
Remember that Keanu Reeves movie they filmed here? And they was supposed to film it. It probably took place in Washington, and the name was the team with the Sentinels. So that's another. Someone suggested that, and then the whole Red Tails. I'm cool with that, but I know that's not going to happen. That's nice, pay homage to the Tuskegee Airmen and all that.
And ain't no way in hell that's happening.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So they said the Red Wolves, the Red Tails, the Sentinels, and I think it was the I don't know, but I don't know. They trying to keep the red thing going, something red. So I don't know.
I don't understand. I think they should go a whole nother direction for real.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, something that's authentically DMV. You know what I mean? The DC area, PG, and all of that. It should be that, like the
Washington Mumble Sauce Warriors.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
The Chuck
Sponsored
Browns.
by Ben's Chili Bowl.
Yeah, the Chuck Browns or something.
Yeah, man. So I think they got to go a whole nother route. The whole red, whatever. It doesn't even make. I don't think that makes a difference. Like for real, I think they should just try to go. But it's not going to be anything in line with like the NBA or WNBA team, like the Wizards and the Mystics, and I don't think it's going to be nothing like that. I don't think it's going to be anything where it'll be like a bird. Maybe it'll be no, can't be Eagles because it's Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. I don't know what it'll be, but
yeah, I don't know either. But it's I'm still surprised they finally did it.
Well,
I think in the midst of what was going on, I think that's why they did it.
It was impossible.
Yeah.
It was the money. It was because FedEx. I think FedEx is one of their biggest sponsors. I mean, the field is FedEx Field. The stadium is FedEx Field, and I think FedEx was getting ready to pull out. If they might have pulled out actually, and it was like, okay, the money is getting messed with at a significant level where it's like, okay, we got a problem. I'm trying to look it up now, actually. But that's what it is. It's the change the name or lose the stadium. Yeah. That was like right before 4th of July. FedEx made a demand Dan Snyder couldn't afford to dismiss. Exactly. So, yeah, that's what it's about. This make no mistake about it. This is not about them saying, you know what? Yeah, we're kind of wrong with this team name. This is really offensive to Native Americans. We should do what's right. This is all about the money. All about the money. And to be honest, too, a lot of it with the social justice movement and things, if people weren't stuck in the house and having to watch the news and having to watch the video of George Floyd being killed by the police and all these other videos of people being shot and killed by the police, and what was it, Central Park Karen calling the police on the dude when all he asked was, put your dog on a leash in this section of the park, could you please do that? You know, all of this wouldn't happen, I don't think. I mean, there might have been some protests, but it wouldn't have been as on the forefront of everybody's like radar in terms of like, damn, wow, this is really wrong, you know. And then when that happened, and it was like, damn, okay, this is not slowing down, this is not stopping. Then you start seeing, I don't know, you know, if y'all get emails from different fast food places or clothing stores that you shop at, or, you know, Uber, you know, whatever. Everybody has to send out their email about, you know, we here at such and such take pride in our consideration of others and blah, blah, blah. And we're taking an active stance against racial injustice, and we're, you know, all of that, you know. Most of that is about the money. So, and the fact that you had the NFL players too, they did a video and put it out, and you have, you know, some of the top players in the league, you know what I mean? Like Pat Mahomes in that joint, you know, Super Bowl MVP. What did he get? $500 million contract extension or whatever that he signed up to. You know, it's like, yo, y'all can't ignore this, because, you know, it's like the money that you will lose is significant, and the voices of the players who are participating in this is too significant to be ignored now. So, all that to say, it's a great thing that it's happening, but if it weren't for the threat to the money, it wouldn't be happening. With an assist from coronavirus.
Man, there's just so much. It's like from, you've seen all around, from the businesses, sports, entertainment. It's like, you know, they trying to find ways to, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, they focus on the economy instead of people. But it's like, I don't know, it's just like from what sports are trying to do, especially with the NBA. And I don't know, it's crazy times, man. Crazy times. It's like people trying the best they can to try to proceed and try to keep ourselves, I guess, sane and entertained from what's, you know, craziness. You know, baseball, they started the season back up.
So, dog, I don't care nothing about baseball. The NBA is starting back up.
Yeah.
I got Portland versus Toronto right now on, and I don't even know what this is, like preliminary games, like a little preseason scrimmages or whatever. But I'm an NBA fan, and the Orioles is going to be trash this year. So, you know, I'm watching this super elite AAU tournament. You know what I mean? Because that's basically what it's like. You know, when you watch, if you see the highlights, if you watch the games, just the sounds, you hear so much more. And it's kind of like just walking into a gym where it just happens to be the best players in the world playing versus just people just playing pickup, running full court. So I think they got to get the commentary down, you know what I mean, with the announcers and stuff, because right now it's just the like the local broadcast teams for the teams that are playing, but the broadcasters aren't even live at the game. So
yeah,
I think they'll figure that out.
It kind of reminds me of what you've been saying. It goes back to the whole what we've been watching. A kid from Coney Island, the Stephon Marbury
Yeah, I
doc.
need to check that out.
That joint is fire. Yeah.
Anybody
Where'd you watch it?
It's
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody check out that what was that one on Showtime? I think it was about the Maryland players in PG.
Something.
I don't have Showtime.
So the one Kevin Durant, I think, was a part of the.
Yeah, I mean he's a part of both of them. He executive produced the Marbury joint.
Mm-hmm.
The Maryland one, it was about the PG Prince George's County.
I'm a little tight right now for real about that, because I'm like, yo, PG is getting mad shine. Whether
I mean, we had shine from the Dunbar boys.
You know how long ago that was, though?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, I mean, I don't know. I was more surprised about the PG because most of them I didn't know they was from PG.
Like who?
Like I didn't know Victor Oladipo was. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Silver Spring. Yeah, I didn't know that recently.
And I forgot who else.
Obviously, Tyler.
Michael Beasley. I can just looking at him like, yeah, he's
Michael
from
Beasley.
Yeah. Just saw it, like,
Beasley.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mike Beasley, I don't know, Sean, if you been listening to the Joe Budden pod still, but he kind of made a little joke, like, you know, like how the chicks act when Mike Beasley walk in the room, like, oh, and he be like, you gotta hate on him on the low, like, oh man, I don't know if he's good, but you know, he's got issues.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
But I mean, Baltimore definitely
He
needs
did a whole
another.
pod on Benny the Butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one.
I was listening to that Saturday too.
But Baltimore definitely needs to have another documentary. I mean, I agree.
Who we gonna have, man?
I don't know. Like who? Like they
Juan Dixon coaches at Coppin now.
Have they done that Reggie Lewis? I would like to see that. That'd be dope.
No, that was part of the Dunbar thing. They didn't do one just him alone, but he was part of that Dunbar joint.
Yeah.
Nah, yo.
We talk about now though, like their doc, they got legit like all-star.
They got legit like current guys.
Yeah.
Legit like
we don't have anybody that's really current for real. Like
Sam Cassell, that's like the only person I can think of that like reached that level. He won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't an all-star, but you know.
But that goes back to the Dunbar shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but if you want to like talk about the state of Maryland, it'd be cool if they do one about the Terps, the Juan Dixon era when they won it.
That'd be a dope 30 for 30. I would definitely watch that. I would. Nah, yo, it's just I think all across the board as far as docs and just finding talent in this city, it seems like no one wants to come here and put a certain kid on the map for whatever reason it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know as far as like a documentary, I think the most recent one, I know they're supposed to do one on Baltimore club music. I don't know if it came out yet, but I know I heard talks about it.
I heard about that too.
You know what I mean? Like, and then,
actually, this will talk about
what happened to that 12 o'clock boys joint?
Oh, they got
the Will Smith joint. The Will Smith joint
with Meek
Mill.
It's gonna be on one of the streaming. I want to say Amazon so bad. I think it's gonna be on Amazon later this year.
Okay.
Because you know they didn't get a chance to get a theater release due to the pandemic.
Right. Because I think they were going to do like an indie release here or something. Like
but it's
going to
But I think it's gonna be on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, I just really feel like we still don't get that look. Like the last thing I remember, shoot, just the other day I watched the Unsung about Drew Hill.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Unsung, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
I
and
thought
broke
Drew
all that
Hill
down.
had a good run. Like I thought
They did.
Sung was
They had what a
had
good
like a
what
little run,
5 years.
but didn't really kind of, you know what I mean. But Drew Hill, man, we was 5 steps.
Word. You know, so I just think that a lot of people just need to realize the talent that's here. You know what I mean? I know there was that one documentary about the female step team.
Step, yeah.
You know, matter of fact, the shorty in that, the main shorty, she auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance like in 2016, 2017.
She did
She
what?
didn't make it that
I couldn't
far.
hear you.
Oh, I was saying that the main one of the main girls from Step, she auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance from Fox
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't make it that far.
Mm.
Yeah, because there was like, we can see you stepping, that's fine, but we want to see if you
Sure.
could tackle some of the other styles of dance. And when they saw that she was kind of struggling, she didn't advance. So,
Mm.
but yeah, you know, we just it's like if
And what
when it
really
comes,
upset me in general about not even the Baltimore talent or whatever and not getting the look as a Maryland college basketball fan. I was mad that there was so much talent just in the state that was leaving and going to North Carolina, going to Kansas State, going to Texas, going to, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, niggas, y'all niggas is right in the backyard, fam. Like it's really good, really good. Get y'all recruiting game up.
mm-hmm.
So that's what was really frustrating me. I don't know as far as like kids coming up now. Who knows? You know, I don't really know about them until they get to college and maybe start making some noise on that level.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's I don't know. But on another note, though, KD is really doing this thing off the court. You know what I'm saying? Like this documentary. I think he's got the boardroom, which I haven't seen, but
Yeah, I haven't watched them either. I seen on the ESPN website. I haven't got a chance to finish like watching. I think it's on the ESPN.
on the app or on the ESPN Plus.
Yeah, Plus. Yeah.
Um, he's got the boardroom. That's cool. He's investing in, just he's just putting himself in position so that when these NBA checks stop coming, he's going to be fine. Yeah, we all obviously know LeBron has been doing his thing, off the court as well in business and making moves. But, shout out to KD doing his thing too.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, y'all.
But I don't know because okay. I was gonna say man, this is interesting. So how you feel with this whole thing? Like I don't know, like the NBA. Well, you heard about Lou Williams.
What exactly happened?
So like he had an excuse absence. So he went outside the bubble Went to a strip club with what's that rapper named Jake Paulo, that white boy.
What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in.
Yeah.
I got options. Yeah, that's my
So
dude.
like,
He nice.
he was on social media. He like posted some pictures of him and Lou Williams at the strip club. And at first they were trying to say like that was like a long time ago, but come to find out it was like a couple of days ago. Also when he stepped out. So yeah, so now they he went to Atlanta out of he went to Magic City. So I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah,
Wow.
yeah, then they it's crazy because like they did good as far as them being quarantined and they I mean, there was a few folks that was tested positive before they got to the bubble, but as soon as they got there and stayed, they said there was like no positive cases. They had, you know, Russell Westbrook. He was like, he didn't go with them at first because he was say he was tested positive, so he was quarantined.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but he's back and he's up there with them now. So it's like. But yeah, but like ever since they moved in and they stayed inside and all that, and they're trying to make it reasonable for them. Yeah, I had a few folks they was being hard headed and try to go out and try to get some food or whatever, and some of them not satisfied with the food, so it's crazy. But I ain't gonna lie. Look, well, I am interested with I was skeptical at first when I heard that they were trying to do this, but now I understand what Adam Silver was trying to do. So it's like, hopefully it works out and they can finish the season. And we'll see what happens this coming days when they start the season back up. So,
When does the season start back up?
Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Yep. 31st.
Yep.
Cool.
So
What games they starting off with? Who playing?
they have I forgot the list. It's a whole bunch of them. And yeah, so we see how that goes. Then it's I don't know. I think it's for 3 months, 2-3 months. They trying to finish it up.
I think so.
Yeah. Then
Because I want to say the draft is in October.
yeah.
Or is it
And I don't know when the season's supposed to start back up. I think it's supposed to start back up next year.
like January?
Yeah, January, I want to say. So enough time for them. Hopefully, if everything, world as we know it, some normal. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm about to wrap it up, man. And so like anything like final thoughts you want to share or anything?
So
Yo,
I'll
for a
say
moment there,
this.
I thought we had like that. I don't know if you saw that segment on The Jump with Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins and Rachel Nichols. It was like a couple
I
of days
haven't
ago.
watched
So like,
ESPN.
so Perkins was saying something. It all of a sudden, what happened was that Rachel Nichols, she had, I think she couldn't hear the sound, so she kept looking at the screen like this, and Paul Pierce like, "Yep, I agree." And you hear this awkward silence, and it was like, and then you saw somebody from ESPN like, "Yo, cut the commercial, cut the commercial."
Cut. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. So I'll say I'm glad we finally got this going. I hope we continue to keep this thing going. That the people really enjoyed this first episode, and next week we're going to get into blurty topics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was necessary to kind of talk about COVID because it's what's going on.
It's pretty much what's going on. I understand that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think we'll probably have more fun things to talk about. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just wish that we continue to be successful and it grows, man. You know.
All right.
The growth.
Growth.
Let's get it.
Growth. Cool. But yeah, but appreciate everybody for watching. Like I said, we're gonna keep it going, and hopefully, a couple more episodes, we're gonna have more people tag along, guests at the conversation, and then try to bring more blurty topics. But this is everything's blurred, so appreciate it. Hope y'all stay safe. Be easy.